Hey guys,
Hello.
welcome to the resurgence of sanity. Hopefully, we can restore some sanity tonight. That's a good goal.
Almost noble, I would
We
say.
Why did sanity leave the world?
they were given over to a debased mind. They were blinded. Some given over to a debased mind, some blinded, some raised in concrete jungles for not understanding the world they live in, being more apart from nature, and forsaking traditions, forsaking scripture, and following the vain philosophy and imaginations of men.
So, based on that, maybe we should invent some new way of constructing society. Make it work.
How's that worked out for everybody?
Well, we just haven't come up with the right solution.
Oh,
Guys like you, Nick, you just go back and beat on this tired old horse of patriarchy. Do you think that's the solution to everything?
no, but it is a solution. It's the natural order. It's hard to work against gravity, when you're free falling from an airplane, you think you're free, but you have no parachute, right? Reality will catch up to you eventually. Splat. No, of course, I'm a Christian. I think actually salvation through Jesus Christ, is the actual answer. But that also does not mean that you forget natural law, natural order, but that you are restored to follow natural order instead of the deceptions.
Are you saying that Christ is the head of you?
Yes,
Therefore, you're in a hierarchy as a man to Jesus Christ, and
everybody's.
as you are to Christ, the woman is to the man. I mean, man, the church doesn't teach that anymore, does it, Nick?
Nah, they kind of gloss over that. I mean, they supposedly follow the Bible, but most of them they can't even follow the natural order and are actually worshiping God in vain or in confusion. They've left the basic things that the rest of the world pretty much already understood. And they thought, oh, because I have the spiritual freedom in Christ, here, let's throw out the natural order. Let's throw out the natural law. Oh, everybody's just equal. But
Tactic
no,
has left.
hierarchy is inescapable.
Tactic has left you a funny
Ah,
on sale by some guy named Delusion.
well, it sounds like Pilgrim's Progress, but I'd have to check my notes on that.
Well,
You
hey, you
know,
could say delusion is a synonym for the devil.
Yeah.
I mean, you're talking about a debased, deranged mind. That's a delusional mind, right?
Oh, yeah.
we
There you go.
need, the world has decided we need a new dynamic, a new natural order.
You got to wait
Okay,
till
well,
heaven,
hold on.
and
Wait
then
a
it's
minute.
not completely new either.
In the US, we had this thing called the Civil War. Now, nowhere in the Bible does it call slavery. Oh, I shouldn't use that word, but anyway, I did. A sin.
It
We
doesn't. It's a
fought
whole
that
in the
war
Bible, right?
and we declared it evil. Now it's a sin. Okay? Therefore, the whole system has changed. So now we need a new reality. Now, I can say that thing is not a sin. Don't take that to mean that I'm advocating it, because I'm not. Okay? But sin is sin. And other things, maybe not be good. But have you? I was reflecting on this week. Certain behaviors by men, in the eyes of women, are actually worse than sin. Have you ever thought about some things you do and whatnot that women absolutely, oh, that's weird, that's detestable, whatnot? It's not a sin. Yet that's so bad that she doesn't want anything to do with you. Yeah, a white lie here and there. That's not so bad. Or divorcing her husband. That's not so bad. I think we're wrong in that area too. Certain behaviors or actions are that are seen as bad, like, well, Protestants or evangelicals, smoking and drinking. Oh, they're so bad.
no.
Oh,
Yet they read C.S.
not
Lewis, right?
not really. They're not really sins, but like that's super bad. I don't know.
Yeah,
Let's
where's that in
just
the
get
Bible?
back to
It's
the next.
not. Yeah. So we're talking about patriarchy, old school patriarchy. We're going to bring up people like Beza, Theodore Beza, Philip Melanchthon, Martin Bucer, Zacharias Ursinus, Robert Roloff. I chose these guys because they're not normally people you would think that talk about patriarchy. I mean, I had this. It's from a book I did. I think it's still being edited. We'll see. But um, these are not guys that you go to for thinking about patriarchy, but they nonetheless talked about it. I mean, there's tons of guys that talked about this. Calvin, Knox, Luther, Bullinger, uh, even Zwingli, Oecolampadius, Roloff. You could think about Whitaker. You could Piscator, Horatius, and a lot of people in the Westminster Assembly, like Samuel Rutherford and others. But I got a whole book. It's got like 80, 90 chapters in it. So they talk about patriarchy. So what is patriarchy, guys? We've talked about that here before.
It's a natural order. It's ruled by the father.
Yeah. Pater and order. Arche. From the Greek words pater and arche, father and order. So it's father order or patriarchy. So it's the rule of fathers. Fathers are the heads in family, church, and society. It's rule by men, particularly fathers. That is the natural order. You can see, where do you see that in the Bible?
The kings.
Yeah.
When I think of patriarchs, I think of Abraham.
Yeah.
He's the father of many nations, many people. And what? Didn't his wife Sarah call him Lord?
Yeah.
Small L.
First Peter chapter
Small
3.
L. Didn't he follow God's commandment or direction to be willing to sacrifice his son? Okay, so there was a power greater than him, but yet everybody kind of went along with what he said.
Mm-hmm. No, Genesis chapter 2 and 3, Adam was the head. And what did he get in trouble for? For listening to his wife instead of rebuking her, correcting her. And did all mankind fall in Eve, or did all mankind fall in Adam?
On Adam, because
Yes.
the man was held responsible for the actions of the woman.
Right. And Numbers chapter
Well,
30. Go ahead,
What's
Steve.
that one? No, go ahead.
So Numbers chapter 30, who's responsible for the decisions of the family? If there's a daughter, it's the father. And that transferred authority is given to the husband. It's the same authority. He can invalidate her decisions when he hears of them. He's responsible. He has authority. He has the power to carry it out. You see this also in the New Testament where, the husband is the head over the wife. The women are told to obey their husbands, submit to their husbands. And you see the order in 1 Corinthians 11 where it references the creation order. There's God and Christ in the office of mediator. So Christ in the office of mediator, that's his incarnation, is subject to God the Father. Then man is subject to Christ and man is subject to Christ and woman is subject to man. Or not subject, but it's a great gradation scale of superiors and inferiors or glory.
So is being in charge, is that a privilege or is it a responsibility?
It's both.
Okay, now I've experienced both. Let me tell you how. I spent 25 years as a project engineer, being in charge of things. Not necessarily people, but I was responsible. So every night, when I was done with the work, I had worries that I took home with me, things I had to deal with, structure that continued. And it was really a burden. And now, you know what? I'm just a truck driver. I could have went for the supervisory job. No, don't want that. I just want to show up in the morning, do my job, tell me what to do, where to go. Okay, I have a lot of discretion. But I don't have the responsibility for anything beyond me. My responsibility is just for doing my job. And you know what? Life is so much easier. So when women think, oh, that's so wonderful being in charge. I can tell people what to do. And I can carry all that burden. I'm telling you, no. It's better to just say, okay, here's my little job. And it's within my capacity. That's all I have to do. And, I can advise my supervisor when, okay, something's goofy here. You need to make a decision, whatever. But I'm not responsible for that. And it is so wonderful. Why don't women want to take that same thing and say, you know what? I'm under my husband. Here's my area of responsibility. And he can deal with all those other things. And I can just exist and do my job and be happy.
So a hierarchy is not a bad thing. Well, patriarchy is not a bad thing. It's a type of hierarchy. It's a true hierarchy. And hierarchy means there's gradations of people. There's those in charge and those lesser in charge and so on and so forth down the road. There's also hierarchies in skills. There's hierarchy and gifts. There's a hierarchy in the church. There's a hierarchy in the family. There's a hierarchy in government. It's inescapable. If everyone's equal, then there's no one in charge.
But
And
Nick, we have technology now. We don't need anybody to be in charge.
Oh. So you're going to enslave yourself to the person who created and monitors the technology.
Oh, come now. You know they would never do that.
Oh, does anybody remember the 2020 through 2022 and all that was happening, all the stuff
Nick,
on
you
the
just
internet.
don't understand. That was for your benefit, not theirs.
Okay, Plutarch, fine. But if we're all equals and we're all doing our thing, who's going to coordinate our efforts? And is
see,
not the coordinator then de facto in charge?
no, Steve, see, that's the thing you don't understand. The free market solves all of these problems. We just all go off and do our own thing and be the best we can be and do at that our own thing, and everything will magically work out.
You sound like a communist utopia.
You know what? This
Or
sounds like an
Quoting
orchestra.
libertarians.
yeah.
It's like an orchestra. Everybody chooses their own instrument. You know, you don't have first chair, second chair. You don't have assigned parts. You don't actually have to tune your instruments to the same tone. You can just play and it's all going to work out. You don't need anybody up there, keeping everybody on the same beat and, running the show. It's just all going to work out, right?
Well, of course. I mean, I can have an
Okay.
app. I can vote through my phone. I can run my entire life. I can stream, of course, from my phone, and I can make money streaming. Right? I mean, obviously, guys, I'm playing devil's advocate here, but there is a fundamental belief, and we've talked about this before. There's a fundamental belief in the modern zeitgeist that technology, human technology, can replace everything, including humans. And so, Nick, we're talking about patriarchy today. Well, technology, we can replace patriarchy with technology. And I'm not just speaking about like electronic technology. Technology in this case actually just refers to human invention. Okay. Humans can devise a system better than whatever it was that came before, because we have technology, but because we have psychology, we know how to manipulate the human mind, right?
So we just need to wait for that exoskeleton to be perfected, where a woman can just get in this exoskeleton and her weaker body strength can now be enhanced by the exoskeleton, and she can now be equal in strength or maybe even superior in strength to a man.
There you go, Steve. See, now you're getting it.
Okay.
Oh, all the ways we try to confuse ourselves and escape the natural order.
Yes, that's what I'm actually getting at here. Klaus, one of our viewers, left a fantastic comment, and my response was, it turns out humans are human everywhere, regardless, of where humans behave like humans do. None of this technology that we've invented, psychological, technological, or mechanical or otherwise, has done much of anything to change human behavior. Here's what I would say it has done. It has taken existing human behavior to extremes. So, you guys are talking about the woman who don't need no man. Well, technology has allowed her to think that she can operate without natural order because, hey, technology will save her if something goes wrong.
Or the state.
No, the state is a form of technology. It is.
Yes.
The state is a very complex human invention.
That's funny, because I just saw something about a week ago, and I thought back to one of the whatever podcasts where a woman was actually arguing that, well, we can do anything men can do because tools. We have tools. Great. Do you know how to use them? So where this became evident to me is, on YouTube they do these toolbox videos where they go through a man's toolbox. So this guy was going through an aviation mechanics toolbox. My God. This guy had things to do, things and rivets and offset. And I mean, he had a whole big ass thing. The average mechanic wouldn't have a clue as to what to do with all these tools. But each one of them had its purpose. They weren't used very often, but when you needed to put a rivet in or drill a hole underneath here to come up behind this thing and, put in a rivet, yeah, he could do it because he had the tools. But more important, he had the knowledge to use the tools. Yeah, you give that tool chest to me, I'm not going to have a clue. You give it to a woman, she's not going to have a clue as to how to fix that airplane, put that patch in when the catering truck rammed into the side of the airplane and put a hole in it. Oh, there's got to be a patch here. How are you going to put that patch in? How are you going to do it? I don't know. There's a hierarchy here. And airplane mechanics are superior to me because they know what they're doing. I'm going to say, yep, I'll trust you. Because they have the skills. So do men have skills that women don't?
Can I say something here? All human invention will necessarily contain within it hierarchies. All of it. Because in order to invent something, you must first master that thing. And by fact of becoming the master of that thing, you become the top of the hierarchy.
Superior.
No, yeah.